Are you wondering what's going to happen in the real estate market in the country as well as in Reno, Sparks in Northern Nevada? Let's dive in and take a look and see what we expect to see this year. Let's take a look. So I want to cover 5 different topics with you today. We're going to talk about interest rates, forbearances, home prices, inflation, and inventory. So we're going to take a look at all that. First thing first, interest rates. Moral of the story of this one is we're going to see higher interest rates in 2022. It's almost certain. The Federal Reserve has announced that they will be raising interest rates in 2022. First one just coming in the next couple of months, likely so, of a jump, which in turn raises mortgage rates as well. So usually. And we're already starting to see them tick up a little bit in anticipation. So by the end of the year, we're likely going to be closer to 4, or even the MBA says we could be at 4% by the end of the year. Forbearances. What's happening with forbearances? Well, great news. It's been a couple of months since we talked about them, and in December, we actually went under the 1 million homeowners that are going through forbearance. That's great news that we finally fell far from where we started this at the beginning of the pandemic. Less than 1 million left, and about 17% of them are still in trouble, trying to figure things out. All that means is that there isn't a lot left of risk of foreclosure. We might see a few foreclosures and short sales tick up in 2022, but nothing dramatic than usual. Let's talk home prices. Well, we saw home prices start to flatten out a bit in the second half of 2021, especially that month-over-month increase you can see here on a national scale. And are we going to see home prices increase in 2022? Well, the big players all say yes. You can see out of all 7 of those, they're all going up. The average was over 5%. I'll be honest, I think these are conservative numbers. I think we'll see higher numbers than this nationwide. And in Reno Sparks, I'm almost certain that we're going to see double-digit increases for 2022. It would not surprise me. We saw nationwide, we saw 18% increase in home price last year. Reno Sparks, we saw over 21%. If you saw my video last week, you'll know that. If you haven't, click on it in the top right corner of your screen now and you can watch it. And so again, I think we'll see probably double-digit increase for 2022. That likely will put us over a median home price over $600,000. Now, we've talked about interest rates and we've talked about home prices. What does that mean for your payment? Because that will dramatically affect your payment. So I've got these prices shown on the side, $545, our median home price that we started the year with, and our median home price that I think will probably be over that, but let's just say $600,000 by the end of the year for Reno Sparks. Well, let's just say you can get an interest rate of 3.25%. Well, for a median home price today, that's $2,372 for your principal and interest. Now, if you look at what your payment would be, just with an increase with that same price up at 4%, that's $2,600. So that's an increase. But here's the thing. If we expect mortgage rates and home prices to go up, if you're buying that same house at the end of the year versus today and paying that higher interest rate and the higher home sales price, your mortgage payment could be $500 more. I'm looking at the $2,372 mortgage payment versus at $600,000 at 4% is $2,864. That's a $500 more mortgage payment. So if you are someone that's thinking about buying in 2022, and maybe you're trying to just save up a down payment, closing costs, whatever that is, whatever you're holding off on, if you have questions about this and may be holding off till the second half of the year, call me, text me, get a hold of me, and let's talk about that and see if we can get you in sooner if you don't want that higher potential payment. I'll put my information in the description box below so you can reach out. Let's talk inflation. Inflation is very much prevalent, as you know, at the gas pump, at the grocery stores, and everything. And we're likely going to see inflation go up in 2022. I'm not a forecaster on that, but that's what I've heard. And if that's the case, what's that going to mean for real estate? Well, good news is I've looked back since the 1970s of how interest rates and home price appreciation have gone up against each other, kind of a head-to-head. And you can see all the way back in the 70s, home appreciation beat out the inflation rate. 80s, about the same. 90s, we beat it out. 2000s, it was a little bit lower, but we all know what happened the second half of the 2000s. 2010s, 2020, and 2021 all outpaced it. So it's a great way if you've got some money you want to, it's not as smart to hold on to it per se, and actually put it into something that's going to make you more money as value of a dollar can decrease. So something to think about. Let's talk inventory. We all know, if you watched my video, we hit really low inventory numbers for the end of the year, lower than I expected. And what do I expect for 2022 in terms of inventory? Well, I think inventory, we're going to start to see it tick up. We have a huge number of pent-up seller demand that I think we're going to finally see them hit the market in 2022. Fingers crossed, because we need it. But we know that I've talked in other videos, the previous average amount of people staying in their home was, it went from 8 years to 10 years for 2021. That was a big jump. And so I think people were staying in their home longer due to the pandemic. They may not have, and the crazy real estate market we've been in. So I think we're finally going to see people jump on that. The other factor of inventory is new home builds. We are still in a deficit of where we need to be for homes being built. And we saw a huge issue in 2021 with the increased lumber prices. We all know it went up to almost $1,500 in 2021, backed down a little bit down to I think the $500 or $600 range last I remember looking at it. So we saw that. We have the supply chain issues we're all very aware of as well. So those will be kind of the factors in there. I think we'll have more homes built in 2022, which will be great news. We won't see that until more towards the end of next year, or towards the second half of this year, but we should see a lot more new construction this year versus last year. Fingers crossed as well on that, but that's what we're forecasting. Thank you so much for watching this. If you have any questions on anything I've talked about, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'll put my number over here, and we can have a conversation about that. If you're looking to buy or sell in Reno or Northern Nevada this year, let's get connected, and love to chat with you. If you want to see any of my other videos, click on them right over here. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.